What's up, friends? Welcome back to another episode of Industrious Radio, and we are bringing two of our favorite formats together today. We actually basically are taking our radio and our television show, and we're combining them into our first ever podcast. I think, well, maybe we've done one other that we've recorded with video, but
Yeah. No, this is exciting. This is a setup in here, and I'm so excited about the studio and all the work that you've done in here, Barry, and what we're going to be able to produce and record out of here, and keep our community updated and keep them jazzed and do all the fun things.
hell yeah, man. It's awesome. Well, I'm so glad that you're back. And today we want to bust out a bunch of updates. We're going to just run through some quick updates. Always a ton happening in Industrious land. So where do we want to dive in?
Yeah, I mean, the last year just went so fast that the time just evaporated. But so much has happened, and I want to get an update out to the community on where things are at and where we're going this year, and it's kind of what the priorities are. And of course, the number one priority always is execution on the floor. It is vibe on the floor. It is experience on the floor, and each gym is just getting better and better and better at that. It's every gym is going to go through their phases. Every gym is going to go through the things that make them level up. And I love that. And so it's just been awesome to see sort of the development. And so just going kind of around the horn, let's start with the mothership, Linwood. Molly and I are back on that floor predominantly because we don't have too many obligations down in South Lake Union anymore, because Yash and Lindsay are running that gym and they're crushing it. And it's been really fun to see them sort of stabilized as the owners and the leaders down there. And so Linwood it's a vibe up there. It's awesome to see new people coming in and existing people that have been with us for years, all commingling. Classes are full. And as they should be, because it's the golden goose.
It's gorgeous. And it's cool to see those guys like really step into their own and get their systems all dialed. And that was a really smooth transition, right? And it's, again, we go back to Industrious is partly excellent because of its people, partly excellent because of its systems, and then partly excellent on how those people and systems come together to create something really exceptional, right? And this is a good example of how systems and people together created incredible experience, smooth, easy transition.
Yep.
And things are just killing it.
Exactly. That was the design. And so, Yash and Lindsay, they're doing awesome. They've got a great big community down there. They're holding that community together wonderfully. They have an amazing staff, and they continue to hire more. I'm just so proud of them. And then going up to West Seattle is now, they are 2 years in exactly into their journey. They have over 270 members now, and they're just thriving. They just did a big renovation on their space already, and it wasn't even a renovation; that was an upgrade. I mean, they put in saunas and all kinds of cool stuff.
They put in saunas?
Yeah, they got saunas up there.
Sick.
Yeah. So, they're just thriving, and it's. It is Industrious. It is the community of West Seattle in general, but it's Brett's leadership in particular. He's a stud. I mean,
Brett's amazing. Yeah, he's an incredible human being.
Yeah, he is, and that's why he's so successful. The man has unbelievable EQ, IQ, and he is a worker. And if you have those things, you're going to be really, really good in our system.
Oh, huge.
Yeah. And so then moving down to Frisco, Corey's crushing it. And he's just doing a really, really good job with his community down there. He's had a ton of growth over the last year. And it's hard. Corey converted a CrossFit gym into Industrious in a territory that we've never been in the Dallas market. And he didn't invest any money in terms of marketing it, right? He obviously invested money on his conversion, but so he's just done it sort of organically.
Guerrilla word of mouth style marketing, basically growing through the community, growing through people, growing through experience.
Yeah, and he is, from when he started with Industrious, he has 4x'd his revenues. And his memberships have about tripled.
I would love to get him on a update show. That'd be a great journey, great story, because that was really, I think, his vision and his hope and his dream was that, Industrious would be a vehicle for him to really grow his fitness community and have that be a sustainable business. And keep in mind, he is in a very our smallest footprint.
Yeah. He only has 8 halos. And he's doing great with that. It is so cool to see. And I do think that Corey, just knowing his heart and his work ethic and in his community, I think that great things are coming for those guys. Yeah, they already are here in my view, but I think it's going to really start to speed up down there. And so then going down to Mont Belvieu, same thing. Jeff is doing an amazing job in Mont Belvieu. Jeff is also he's really leaning in, helping me out as sort of, we'll call it, right-hand man, which is great because we've got gyms we've got a lot of gyms in Texas now. We got a big footprint down there, and we need some leadership there. And Jeff is he's amazing. And so Mont Belvieu's doing amazing. And then since we're in the Houston area, we'll just go to Spring. Spring opened a year ago. Spring is approaching 130 members now. And they're breaking through into that really awesome positive cash flow state. So they're very close to that, and that's awesome. Again, opening up in a new market, to see them having that success is amazing.
Well, it's great learning experience for us too, because it gives us a little bit of a blueprint as we move to new markets, formulating and strategizing on kind of market penetration tactics and market saturation tactics. Part of it though, comes down to time, right? And the word traveling, so that Industrious really grew here in the Seattle market through that exact viral social sharing, through the experience. It was earned, it wasn't bought. It wasn't a slick marketing campaign that would get a tire kicker in, who comes in for a couple classes and bounces. No, Industrious creates converts through the experience, and that experience spreads. And people are like, man, I want to go do that. Or when they see their friends start to transform and their energy change, and they're like, what are you doing? And they're like, oh man, I got going to this new gym, Industrious.
Yeah, exactly. People need to know the amount of money that Molly and I have ever spent on direct marketing for our gyms is exactly zero. The two gyms that we've owned, Linwood, South Lake Union, and then now South Lake Union's under franchise control and ownership. And now we just have Linwood. We have never spent a nickel on paid anything.
So advertisers, hey, listen, investors out there, investors, I know I just felt it like an angel whispering in my ear. There's an investor out there right now who was like, what? You guys grew this big? You've spent $0 on ads? Yeah, zero. So give us a call. Because let's rock and roll.
Exactly. And it's true. It's true. And that's not to say that we won't, or that we wouldn't, have grown faster if we did spend on ads, but we believe that the way that you grow is what is on your floor. And don't worry about all getting blown in the wind by all these outside things. Like I see it all, like now everybody's doing Hyrox training. Like everybody is doing Hyrox training. Like F45's doing it. Orange Theory's doing it. This CrossFit gym's chasing it. They're becoming Hyrox affiliates. Hyrox is cool, but like, we're not going to go chasing that as an example. We're going to focus on what we're doing on our floors, and we're going to make our floors that much cooler, and we're going to attract more cool people.
There was a tiny little window where we went through this little phase where we were doing some innovation testing. I remember, where we're looking at different trends that were out there in the market and different like technologies that were emerging, things like heart rate variability training. I remember when we were doing that, doing some stuff with monitors, and ultimately what we've discovered and found over time is that what we have at Industrious and the core function, the core DNA of the experience, of the fitness experience, is perfected.
Yeah.
There isn't really anything else to do to it. It has achieved, it's like David, Michelangelo. I mean, at some point you stop with the chisel and it's like, bro, it's perfect.
It's so true.
I can see the dude's veins in the rock. Like, you don't need to chisel anymore now.
Yeah. You're absolutely right. And that took 15 years to do. It really, really did. And it was a lot of just banging your head against the wall and testing and learning. You're so right. I mean, all of those things that we did to get to, oh, that's it. That is beautiful. It's just probably the same thing that Elon Musk dealt with when he was trying to develop the Tesla.
Exactly. And it's like, we don't continue to have to chase these fads anymore. And not that we were ever fad chasers, but people are, these other gyms, it's like they're always looking for this novelty, right? Because their core is essentially never perfected. It's never been really dialed. They didn't have the discipline to do that over time, to create something that doesn't need more changes or tweaks. It's perfect.
It's true. It is so true. And so it's so fun to see the people having success with it. Danny down in Puyallup. Puyallup is they are a force. They have 12 halos. Danny's going over the 170 mark. He's 15 months in. His revenue is super strong, extremely cash flow positive at this point. And nobody knew us down in Puyallup. And Danny hasn't really spent any money on paid ads either. He put flags up outside of his gym and said, I'll be here anyway. Come on in and let's run this thing.
You got to realize there's always going to be a hungry, a just absolutely ravenous market for a fitness program and an experience that really delivers what it promises, because most do not.
Right.
Most do not. And most are faddish. And so that's where you pop an Industrious in, wherever. Once the momentum starts spinning, once the flywheel, once enough people, and we're not talking thousands of people coming through the door, we're talking dozens of people. Once dozens of people, the word starts to spread, the thing starts to pick up speed, starts to pick up gas, and then boom, to your point, 2 years in, we have a business that is crushing it from a cash flow, from a membership, from a community, from an energy, and it is a home run. That's an incredibly fast ramp time.
It really is. It is. And, you know, in any business, you're going to build a launch pad for a few months. And then after that launch pad's constructed, it's liftoff time. And that's when it gets really, really fun. And that's what we're starting to experience now. I mean, the last 15 months, we're a new franchise system. We're emerging. We have now 10 gyms that are essentially open. We have 2 under construction, 8 operating. And we've reached this milestone now that was hard to get to because you're a new franchise system, you're a new brand, you're emerging, nobody really knows you yet, and it's now it's a really exciting time. I mean, I've never been more fired up. This is really, really cool, and so we're just having a blast. In terms of like what's coming this year, people should know that there's a lot of exciting stuff. So we just had yesterday our all franchise meeting. We do that every Wednesday, every Wednesday. And we built out the calendar for the entire year of what's coming, and we have got some surprises. I don't want to spoil all those surprises just yet, but you'll see what's happening, and we'll start talking about that on each episode as we kind of progress through the year. But you'll also see it in the gyms and on social and everything else. So our calendar is amazing because it attracts people. Our calendar retains people. It keeps people re-engaged, because as you go through the ebbs and flows of fitness and in life, right, you've got times where you got tons of momentum and then something knocks you off, and then you got to get that momentum back. And our whole system is designed to keep all those things in mind and keep people engaged over the long haul.
Totally. Yeah, I think the overall message here on the update show is that the community has never been stronger, never been better, never been more thriving. We have just tremendous growth happening and incredible plans for this year. Steve, I don't know how comfortable you are sharing, but have you given the community any updates just on your kind of personal health journey and kind of your wellness stuff?
Yeah, I really haven't. I mean, everybody knows that I walk with a limp, and what that is it's osteoarthritis in both of my hips, and so I'm in the process of just dealing with that. I've got all kinds of great options and things that I'm working on, and both on the regenerative side and then also potentially on the surgical side. We'll see. But I don't worry too much about that. I think that a lot of people are like, "Oh my gosh, Steve-O, are you okay?" And the answer is, yeah, I'm fine. Nothing seems to be like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? It's like, I'm going to deal with it like anything else. The beautiful thing about being an entrepreneur is that you're so used to times that are really, really easy and you have all the wind at your back. And then you're so used to dealing with times where it's like, wow, this is really, really hard, if not impossible. But what I'm dealing with now from a health perspective is like, to me, it's like, this is no big deal. This is like, let's knock it out and let's work through it.
Totally. And one of the things that's incredible about our community, of course, is the people who are in it, and I know that, you've had tremendous success working with Dr. Angela, who's an Industrious member. So she runs Sage Integrative Clinic here in Seattle, and really has access to some of the most cutting edge regenerative therapies out there. Exosome type therapies, cell factor, which is an incredible new biologic. And it's been cool because, you've been able to access that and access a level of care that would be equivalent to, shooting down to Mexico and spending, 60 grand on a regenerative treatment, like those kinds of things that you've seen on UFC fighters. I mean, you're getting all of that right now, and it's great. And it's been fun for me to help work and kind of consult there as well in terms of peptide therapies and looking at different compounds that we can use to restructure and regrow you. Because, just like you were saying, it's like, you're going to be okay, but let's get you to that okay and then better even faster, right? And let's support you along the way. So I just think it's great to share with the community. I think a good shout out to the work that Dr. Angela has done.
Yeah, she's amazing.
She is just absolutely an incredible healer. And I just think a lot of people don't know we have some of those things that are accessible, because in our community, obviously work hard, live fit is our core motto. And to do that, we want to make sure your body maintains itself, right? Exactly. So like, you are the example. I mean, you've been grinding and building and going, and you come to a point where even despite your best efforts, there could be issues, injuries, challenges, genetic stuff you have to deal with, whatever, but there are answers, right? And so it's like, you're not giving up your fitness, and no one should ever give up their fitness.
Hell no.
No way. Like, we can fix you, right? So anyways, thanks for sharing. I just think it's good for the community to know that you, like, where you are, what you're working on, and how things are going.
Oh, totally. 100%. And, people may not realize it, but I'm 45 years old now. And I've been going nonstop since I was a little baby. But this is actually something that is hereditary. My dad has had both his hips replaced. My brother has had both his hips replaced. My uncle has had his hips replaced. So it's not something that that I feel like was going to be avoidable for me. I think that it was coming. But I love being active.
Well, maybe if you would have talked to me like 5 years ago, and and to be fair, we didn't necessarily have the same level of access to the tech that we have now.
Yeah.
The regenerative tech that we have now is absolutely incredible. But that's a case where I would have been like, we should have had you on a preventative plan for a long time, right? But whatever. We're here where we are now. We're going to get you through it. It's going to be good.
Yeah, hell yeah. I'm really excited about getting these hips feeling awesome and what's coming this year.
So for those of you wondering, Fearless Leaders A-OK, Steve-O's great, and we're taking care of them, and we're working on that. And if that's something that you need help with, always reach out, because we have tons of resources in our community and some of the most incredible providers. So Steve-O, thank you for the update. It was badass to get in here and get back in the studio and get everybody up to speed on all the cool stuff happening. Like you said, this is going to be one of our greatest years ever. I mean, we have incredible plans, and those plans are going to be really exciting for this community. So stick with us, because we're like back on track now. So you'll be seeing way more episodes, way more content coming out, way more communication from us as we get ready to kick ass in 2026.
Hell yeah. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, guys.